Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Glass with Doug. That's me. I think you're going to find this a pretty unusual piece we're going to do today. Unusual because it's in a color range that I don't usually find pieces that will go together. So let me show you the elements of what we've got, and you can kind of brainstorm where you think I'm going to go with this. I will say, if this is your first time here on this channel or on this YouTube video, I'll explain how to take thrifted glass that you may have around the house, or you may have gone to a thrift shop to pick up, and you want to see, well, what can I do with this? Could I make an interesting sculpture? And I'm going to show you how to do some glass sculptures with it. It's basically found glass that we're going to have a little fun with. So today, this one's going to be assembled into just a standing totem. And let me kind of go over a couple of things about the glass that we're working with here. And you may say, well, gosh, some of those look like really nice glass pieces. And I'll tell you, I really don't spend, I'd say if I spent $5 on a really extraordinary piece, that would be a lot. I usually go on their discount days, and I'm surprised sometimes at some of the prices. But the reason why you can find some of these at your Goodwill or thrift shop is they're probably slightly damaged. For instance, this bowl we're going to use has a nice chip out of it right here that isn't going to be a problem for us, other than you want to make sure that that's not something you cut yourself on. But that wouldn't be something someone would be using at home to serve with. The sort of floral votive, if you will, here, which looks really very cool, it's got a pretty good chip out of the top of it, a blemish that, again, I think we can live with for what I'm doing, but probably somebody thought, nah, I can't really keep that around the house. There's a kind of a scratch in one of these plates that's etched in there that doesn't look good. This one's fine. And then this piece, I really can't find anything wrong with it. It might just have been something that didn't sell at one of the home goods stores, and they donated it to Goodwill to sell. Speaking of the way that glass is tinted and colored, this one I'm pretty sure was not this color when it was the molten glass that was blown. This is not a color you're going to find there very much. You'll see in the golden amber colors, in the blues, and in the reds, sometimes in the greens, they're tinted glass that has been tinted as the glass is being blown, or it was part of the original glass that was used. But many of these other pieces you find, often the inexpensive vases and things, have had a layer, either a paint layer or some sort of film that's been put on them to give them that color, especially if they're the unusual colors, and this being kind of an unusual color. This was not painted or tinted on the outside because that still has its nice slick glass surface, but you have sort of a matte coating on the inside that you can be pretty sure was added after the clear glass was blown. So this probably was colored exactly like it is, and honestly I don't know enough about the glass making process to know how they frosted the tip of it, but I'm sure it started as that tinted color of glass that was blown. Same thing I think with the what appears to be depression glass pink that is embedded in the glass color-wise. So let's talk about what we're doing here. As I have said before on many of my videos, it really is only two ingredients: your glass pieces and then an adhesive to hold them together. You can use different kinds of epoxies. If that suits you, that's fine. I happen to think that it's less flexible to work with, and I'd rather use the silicone, which I do. There are different colors of tubes of the silicone. For the most part, I think they're all pretty much the same. They're all 100% silicone. I think some of them may dry and set up a little bit faster than others, but all of them, there's a black label, sometimes there's a blue label, this is a gold label. If you don't know where to find them, frankly, you should be able to find them at any hardware store. But if you don't know, look in the description below the video, and I've got a list of sources of where you can find these materials. Okay, so we've got two ingredients: glass, adhesive, which is 100% silicone. Let's see what we can do. You're looking at these pieces thinking, okay, well, I can see, as well as some glass beads I can see they're all sort of in the same family. So what are you going to do, Doug? Well, I thought this kind of a rose pink plate would work on top of this bowl base. Now, many of my designs, I use plates. If you have them outside in something that's going to be out in the weather, they can be slightly problematic because they're going to catch a lot of different debris in them. You're going to have to clean them from time to time. But they do make an interesting break in the design, and for me, I think it looks good. There's always, in my mind, always the possibility of going right side up or upside down. That generally, if we're dealing with a base that's coming up, I like to have them flared up, right side up. But in some designs, you can get a different look at about this level if you had some sort of a vase or an urn there that would give you a different look if it was upside down. So kind of just depends on what looks right to you. Okay, so we're going to put that piece on the base. What helps me when I'm doing some of my gluing is to have a turntable many times I'll do a dry fit. That means take the pieces and just kind of match them up and see how well they connect and whether you're going to have any problems with the two surfaces. I already did that. I also already cleaned all the glass to make sure it was clean and good to work with. I could have said, oh, that's fine, we're done. But I have these glass beads that are like in a perfect color range. You know, you could just take a bunch of them and dump them in the dish here, but I thought, no, let's take them. Actually, that might help us where that spot was. Let's take them and put some of them around the edge here. And that's that. How long did that take? Not long at all. But that's the assembly part of it. You know, you do have to take some time to get everything clean, get your pieces lined up, figure out what you're going to do. Once you have your design figured out, and if you don't have too many pieces that would slip and slide, you can create these things pretty quick. I think we're good. That's how this piece goes together. Those color beads are up top. And we have the very large base. So there we have another piece that's done. We'll have more videos, lots more glass in my inventory here in the studio. So subscribe so you can find out when the next video gets posted. And happy hunting for your glass, and I hope you can be inspired by some of this. Try it yourself.